Hello guys, so today I'm going to teach you how to create three things. Number one, the EPS. Number two, the project. And number three, the WBS. Now, for you to create your enterprise, you go to this tab, Enterprise tab, Enterprise. Then as you can see, there's so many enterprise structure, but there's a root enterprise, which is all initiatives, which is in the case of the file, the project I have here. So you just stay on the root interface, the root EPS, and click add. Now when you click add, you see it over here, where you want to decide for yourself where you want this EPS to be. You might want to say, I want it to be under IT. You can just use the toggle button here and push it inwards, or you can say this is an entirely new EPS. It has to stay on its own. So here I will decide that it stays on its own. I call it learning. I'll give it a code of learn 001, right? So I call it learning EPS, right? Now I can do it over here, I can do it here, I can do it here, it doesn't matter. Then that's it. You have created your first EPS. Congrats. Then you come over here, you can right click and you can collapse all. Then you can expand again. Then this is your EPS. Now the next thing is to create a project. So remember, a project stays inside an EPS. So you right click here and you add. You click add. When you click add, it brings up the window for the create new project. So I can still call my project learning. So this is the EPS. You click next. So what is your project ID? In Primavera, everything has an ID. I could say my project ID is learn LRN 01. Okay, then my project name, I could still call it learning Primavera. Next. So what is the plan start you have? We could use current date, we could use any date. It all depends on you. So you decide your date and click next. Enterprise, this doesn't matter. Standard, next, and then finish. So voila, you have your first project file created under your EPS. The next thing is to create so when you open this file by right clicking and you click open, it's going to be an empty file because you haven't created anything. This is how it looks. But then we're going to go back. So if you want to go back to your project interface where you see your project, you just come over here and click. Then you come back here. So now we're going to create WBSs under this learning project file. So you come over here, WBS, you click. So what do? You click, you right click, and then you click add. So the first add creates this WBS. This is your first WBS. As you can see, it has the ID, WBS code, which is, this is the root, and this is the subroot 1.1. So you can call this, we can just say that I want to teach you about construction. Let's say we're going to look at a simple foundation. So I'd go with simply saying engineering WBS. Now when you want to create the next WBS, you could either put your cursor here right click and add, and it comes directly under it, or I show you another method. Engineering, procurement. So if I do the next one without obeying that law, I have something like this. So this WBS comes under procurement, but that is not what you want. But we are going to address that in a minute. So I call this engineering procurement construction. Okay, now I have this. How do I move it back to the root file? I just come over here and click this move left button and it goes back. So now we're going to go back to our project level to see. Then we come over here again, and then as you can see we have a project, but we want to know what is inside. So let's right click and open. So voila, here we have our WBSs created perfectly. Good. So that is how you create WBSs. Thank you.